Guys, let's face it, understanding women is like trying to parallel park a submarine. It's not just difficult, it's almost impossible without the right tools and a lot of practice. It's a skill learned over a lifetime, and even then, you're probably just bumping into things. You think you've got it, and then bam, you hit another obstacle. This isn't a dig at women, it's just the reality of being a dude. We're wired differently. Our communication styles, our thought processes, even our emotional responses are on different wavelengths. Imagine a giant, mysterious wall. It's not just any wall, it's a wall filled with hidden doors, secret passages, and enigmatic symbols. That's what the female psyche often feels like to us guys. A complex puzzle that we're constantly trying to solve, but never quite getting there. We see you ladies going about your day, laughing, crying, and discussing things we wouldn't understand in a million years. Your conversations are like a foreign language to us, and we're left scratching our heads. What's the secret handshake? How do you all seem to understand each other so effortlessly? What are the magic words? Is there a phrase or a sentence that can unlock the mysteries of your thoughts? The truth is, there's no cheat code, no shortcut to enlightenment, no treasure map that will lead us to the ultimate understanding. Understanding women is a journey, my friends, a long and winding road filled with twists and turns, and it starts at the bottom of a very steep learning curve. It's like climbing a mountain where the peak is always just out of reach. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride, but maybe, just maybe, the journey itself is where we find the most valuable lessons.
So, you're a young man fresh out of the cocoon of boyhood, and you've set your sights on the summit of Mount Understand Women? It's a daunting peak, shrouded in mystery and often misunderstood? Congratulations, you've just entered Base Camp Bafflement. This is where every journey begins, and trust me, you're not alone. Here, you'll learn the basics. How to navigate the tricky terrain of communication and emotions. You'll practice how to hold a conversation without resorting to grunting, a skill that will serve you well in the long run. You'll also learn how to differentiate between a smile and a grimace, a subtle but crucial distinction. And perhaps most importantly, you'll come to understand the fundamental truth that fine never actually means fine. It's a code you'll need to crack. It's a confusing time, filled with awkward encounters and misinterpreted signals. You'll find yourself in situations where you think you've got it all figured out, only to realize you're more confused than ever. 1 minute, you think you're making progress. The next, you're lost in a blizzard of mixed messages. It's like trying to read a map that's constantly changing.
But don't despair. This is just the beginning of your journey. Every guy starts at base camp. It's a rite of passage, a necessary step before you can even think about reaching the summit. It's all part of the adventure. Embrace the confusion, the missteps, and the learning process. Each experience, no matter how baffling, brings you one step closer to understanding. So gear up, stay determined, and keep moving forward. The summit awaits.
You've learned the basics, the foundational skills that set you on this journey. You've mastered the art of eye contact, sort of, practicing in front of mirrors, trying to perfect that confident gaze. And you've even managed to string together a few coherent sentences around a woman without melting into a puddle of nervous sweat. You're making your ascent. Each small victory feels monumental.
But beware of false summits. These are the moments when you think you've reached the pinnacle, only to find there's a lot more to climb. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, you'll encounter a crevasse of confusion or get sideswiped by an avalanche of emotions. These unexpected challenges can throw you off balance. Remember that time you tried to compliment a woman on her interesting fashion choice, only to discover she was deeply offended. It was a lesson in the complexities of communication. Yeah, we've all been there. Those moments become stories we laugh about later, shared experiences that bond us.
The key is to learn from your mistakes, dust yourself off, and keep climbing. Each misstep is a stepping stone to greater understanding. With each stumble, you gain valuable experience. It's not about avoiding mistakes, but about how you recover from them. And who knows, you might even get a good story out of it. These stories become the fabric of your journey, the tales you tell that inspire others. So keep planning, keep moving forward, and embrace each challenge as an opportunity to grow, because every step, every stumble, and every story brings you closer to the summit of your own personal journey.
Ah, the friend zone.
A vast icy expanse where good intentions go to die. It's a treacherous place for a young man on a mission to understand women.
You think you're getting closer, building a connection, then bam! You're slapped with the dreaded, "you're like a brother to me."
The friend zone is a valuable lesson in itself. It teaches you about boundaries, respect, and the importance of clear communication.
Plus, having female friends is awesome. Just maybe not the outcome you were hoping for on your romantic expedition.
Assumptions, my friends, are very dangerous things.
They're like avalanches, just waiting to bury you in a mountain of misunderstandings.
Never assume you know what a woman is thinking or feeling.
Just when you think you've cracked the code, you'll realize you're reading from an entirely different book.
Ask questions, listen to the answers, and accept that sometimes you'll never understand the intricacies of the female mind.
And that's okay, embrace the mystery. It's what keeps things so interesting. You've scaled treacherous cliffs of awkwardness, navigated the treacherous friend zone glacier, and dodged countless avalanches of assumptions. You're battered, bruised, but not broken.
Now you face the most challenging part of the journey, the elusive pass of genuine connection.
This is where you drop the act, ditch the pickup lines, and just be yourself.
Be vulnerable, be honest, be respectful.
It's a narrow passage, and not everyone makes it through. But for those who do, the view from the other side is breathtaking. Congratulations, weary traveler. You've climbed Mount Understand Women. Or at least, you've made it further up than most.
You've learned that the journey is the destination, that communication is key, and that fine is never just fine.
From your vantage point, high above base camp bafflement, you can look back and laugh at your past missteps.
You've gained wisdom, empathy, and a healthy dose of humility.
But don't get too comfortable. The truth is, understanding women is a lifelong pursuit. There will always be new peaks to climb, new mysteries to unravel. But hey, at least you've got a killer view.